What if I told you the strongest part of your body, the thing that holds you together, gives you shape, lets you stand, walk, move, could disappear overnight, not vanish, but become useless, soft, weak, like it was never meant to support you in the first place? Now imagine this. You go to sleep completely normal, your body strong, stable, everything working exactly the way it should. And then you wake up, nothing feels wrong at first, no pain, no warning, just a strange heaviness, like your body isn't responding the same way. Now here's the question. What if the problem isn't your muscles? What if it's something deeper, something you can't feel directly? Now imagine trying to sit up, something you've done thousands of times without thinking. But this time, your body struggles, your arms shake, your torso feels unstable, like something is missing inside you, and you don't understand why. Now ask yourself, how would you react if your own body suddenly stopped supporting you? Now imagine standing up. Your legs should carry your weight, but instead, they tremble, bend, feel unreliable, like they could collapse at any second. And that's when fear starts to build, because something is clearly wrong. Now here's the terrifying part. Your bones, the structure that holds everything together, have become soft, not broken, not shattered, just weak, like rubber instead of steel. Now think about that. Every movement you make, every step, every shift of weight becomes dangerous because your body no longer has a solid frame. Now imagine trying to walk, your legs bending in ways they never should, your balance completely off, every step feeling unstable, unpredictable, and suddenly, something simple becomes impossible. Now ask yourself, how long could you survive if your body couldn't even hold itself up? Now imagine falling, not from a height, just a simple collapse. But this time, it's different, because your bones don't absorb the impact. They bend, they deform. And even though there's no sharp pain at first, your body knows something is very wrong. Now here's where it gets worse. Your bones don't just support movement, they protect your organs. Now imagine your ribs, no longer strong enough to shield your lungs, your heart. Everything inside you suddenly feels exposed, vulnerable, and every small impact, every pressure becomes a risk. Now think about breathing, something automatic, something you never think about, but your ribs expand and contract to make it happen. Now imagine those ribs are soft, unstable, unable to maintain their shape, and suddenly, breathing becomes harder, slower, less efficient. Now ask yourself, what happens when even breathing becomes a struggle? Now imagine your spine, the core of your entire structure, the thing that keeps you upright, now becoming weak, unable to hold your posture, your body collapsing forward, unable to stay straight. And that changes everything, because once your spine fails, control over your body starts to fade. Now here's the psychological impact. You're fully aware, your mind is working, but your body is slowly losing its ability to function. And that contrast is terrifying. Now imagine trying to call for help, reaching for your phone, but even that movement feels difficult, unnatural, like your body is working against you. Now think about how fast your life changes. One night, everything is normal. Next morning, basic movements are impossible. Now here's the darkest part. Your bones don't heal instantly. They don't recover quickly. And in this state, every second adds more damage, more instability, more risk. Now ask yourself, would you even be able to move safely? Or would every action make things worse? Now imagine time passing, your body getting weaker, your structure collapsing further, and the realization hitting you. This isn't temporary. This is happening right now, and what happens next will decide everything. Now imagine this. It's no longer just weakness. It's progression. Your body is getting worse, not better, because once your bones lose their strength, they don't just stay the same. They continue to fail under pressure. Now here's the question. How long can a body function without a solid structure? Because everything you do depends on it. Now imagine trying to move again. But this time, it's harder. Your limbs feel unstable, your joints unable to hold position, your body collapsing under its own weight. And now, fear turns into panic because you realize you're losing control. Now think about this. Your bones are not just support, they are leverage. They allow your muscles to work, and without them, even the strongest muscles become useless. Now imagine trying to lift your arm, but it doesn't respond properly, bending in ways it shouldn't, unable to hold shape, and that loss of control is terrifying. Now ask yourself, how would you survive if your own body stopped cooperating? Now here's where things get even darker. Internal pressure, something you never think about, now becomes dangerous because your organs rely on structure to stay in place. Now imagine that structure weakening, your organs shifting slightly, your body struggling to maintain balance internally, and even small movements become risky. Now think about your skull, the thing that protects your brain. Now imagine it losing strength, becoming vulnerable, and suddenly, even minor impacts could be catastrophic. Now ask yourself, would you even risk moving, knowing how fragile you've become? Now imagine time passing, hours turning into a nightmare, your body weaker, your breathing harder, your energy dropping, and you're stuck, unable to escape your own condition. Now here's the mental impact. You're aware of everything, every limitation, every risk, every moment of instability, and that awareness creates fear, constant, unrelenting fear. Now imagine trying to get help. But every movement risks further damage. And now, you're trapped, not in a place, but inside your own body. Now think about that. Your body, which was once your greatest strength, is now your biggest weakness. Now here's the reality. Without strong bones, survival becomes extremely difficult. Even basic functions become compromised. And without intervention, the situation can become life-threatening. Now imagine one final moment where you try to move just a little, hoping things improve, but instead, your body gives way completely, and you realize you can't rely on it anymore. Now ask yourself, what would you do if your body stopped supporting you entirely? Because this isn't just about strength, it's about survival. Now imagine help finally arriving, medical support, stabilization. But even then, recovery is not instant. It takes time, care, precision, because rebuilding what was lost is not easy. Now think about the bigger picture. Your bones, something you never think about, are the foundation of everything you do. And without them, life changes instantly. Now here's the final realization. Strength is invisible until it's gone. And once it disappears, every small action becomes a challenge. Every moment becomes uncertain. And maybe that's the biggest truth, that the things you take for granted are the things keeping you alive every second, and the moment they fail, everything else starts to fall apart.